Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the 1969 National League pennant chase. Good to be back after several days away due to lack of power. Power was restored late last night. House is finally warmed back up and we're ready to go. Game today is coming from Candlestick Park. It'll be the Los Angeles Dodgers against the San Francisco Giants. Bill Singer on the mound for the Dodgers against Juan Marichal for the Giants. Looking at the standings after the September 17th game was all played between the Cubs and the Cardinals, and then the ticker was completed, San Francisco enters this game with a 2.5 game lead over both Los Angeles and Cincinnati. Atlanta hanging on by a thread at 5.5 back. Cubs still lead the Mets by 1 due to having 2 more wins. So obviously an important game for the Dodgers. Try to creep within 1.5 games with a win, or the Giants can get some separation. Look at the starting lineups for today's game. It'll be Maury Wills leading off for the Dodgers at shortstop, followed by Ted Sizemore at second, Willie Davis in center, Wes Parker at first, Willie Crawford in right, Lynn Gabrielsen in left, Jim Lefevre at third, Tom Haller at catcher, or Haller at catcher, and Bill Singer on the mound. For the Giants, Tito Fuentes is at third base, Ron Hunt at second, Jimmy Ray Hart is in left, Willie McCovey's at first, Bobby Bonds in center, Ken Henderson in right, Jack Hyatt doing the catching, Hal Lanier at short, and Juan Marichal on the mound. As Willie Mays gets the day off, but of course he will be available for pinch hitting duties most assuredly. All right, so Juan Marichal will lead things off. I'm recording this game just after, it's probably about 12:30 on a Tuesday. I think today is the 16th, if I'm not mistaken, of February. So trying to get all my stuff together. Sun is out, so you will see spritz of light coming through the window. I think our lighting is good enough that I don't need an overhead lamp, so I'm just going to go with it. Hopefully it's all good to go. Maury Wills will lead things off for the Dodgers. Do a final check. I think everything is in place. Push this back just a hair to make sure we get Marichal's batting on here. I think that almost, not quite, almost. Let me go a little further. Okay, there we go. I think that's better. That fits everything. Okay, as you can see, it's a little stream of light right around in here, but hopefully won't be too much of a problem. All right, Marichal was 21-11 with a 2.10 ERA in the real 69 season. He's on there today to face the Dodgers and to try to give his team a little more breathing room. Of course, we'll see what the Reds do on the ticker when they play later on, and they'll play Houston, so they got a good chance to maybe pick up a game on one of these two teams. So Marichal to Maury Wills. A couple of Hall of Famers to start us off right off the bat. 6'5" is the ballpark card, going right to Candlestick. 3-3, it's a star 3, and that's going to be a ground ball to second. 1 away. So Ted Sizemore is the batter. Ted Sizemore. I said Maury Wills is a Hall of Famer. I think he is. I really don't know. I imagine he is. I don't know why he wouldn't be. He kind of broke the mold for stolen bases. He was Lou Brock before Lou Brock, so I would assume he's in there. If not on the vote, certainly by the Veterans Committee. So maybe I shouldn't have said that haphazardly, but I think he's in there. I'm pretty sure he is. All right, here's Ted Sizemore. Marichal 1-3. Starline against the lefty, but Sizemore's a righty, so it's a blank. We go to Sizemore. 1-2, ground ball to short. So 2 easy ground balls. That has been induced by Juan Marichal. 2 quick outs for Willie Davis, the center fielder. 1-4, that's a range play. So we're going to Willie Davis for a range check. 1-6, star 3 is a ground ball to second. The range of the second baseman, Ron Hunt, is a 3. This needs to be a 3 or less to make the play. And it is, so Ron Hunt makes the play. 3 easy ground ball outs, and the Dodgers are dispatched with little trouble. And we go to the bottom of the first. It's Los Angeles 0, and the San Francisco Giants coming to bat. Bill Singer on the mound for the Dodgers. He was 20-12 with a 1 save and a 2.34 ERA. He had 1 relief appearance, and they got a save out of it. And that's the way it was back then. Some of the better relief pitchers were starters that weren't starting that day, that were throwing in between starts, so that can happen. Here's Tito Fuentes, third baseman, switch hitter, leading off against Singer. 2-5, that's a non-pitch, so we'll try again. I actually need to shake these up before I put them in the dice tray, I guess. 6-2 is a blank on Singer, so we go to Fuentes' card. And we get a 2-4, and that is a line out right to the second baseman. So Fuentes lined it, but right to Sizemore. Easy play, one away. That will bring up Ron Hunt, speaking of second baseman. Mr. Hit by Pitch. As you can see, he's got a 32 rating there. 5-2 is a range play. We're going to Hunt's card for a range play. 4-2. 4-2 is a ground ball to short. The range of the shortstop, Maury Wills, is a 4. So if this is a 4 or less, he will make the play. He cannot. It's a base hit. So he snuck it past Maury Wills for a 1-out single. Hunt's attempt rating is a 1, but Singer is a -1, so no attempt. We will do the strategy roll because there is a chance of a pickoff if you roll a 20, and we don't roll a 20, so just move on. Here's Jimmy Ray Hart. 4-2, double question mark. Hart's a right-hander. 1-7 is the automatic out, but that fails. So we go to Jimmy Ray Hart's card. 2-6, and against a right-hander, that's a ground ball to third. Could be a double play. He's a 3. They're halfway, makes him a 4, but he's a -1, brings it back to a 3. The pivot Sizemore is a 0, so it stays a 3. 1-3, it's a double play. It is not. It's going to be, let's see, 4. Ron Hunt runs at a 4, but being halfway, he drops to a 3, so that will be enough to be a fielder's choice. 5-4. And Jimmy Ray Hart is the new base runner at first base. He has no attempt rating, so he will stand pat for Willie McCovey. Willie McCovey steps up. Nothing on the strategy roll. Here's Singer to McCovey. 1-2, strikeout chance for a righty, but McCovey's a lefty, so it is a blank. McCovey, 2-6, he will single to left field. Base hit, and to get from first to third on a single to left, you do lose 2 from your base running rating. There are 2 outs, so he gains 1 of those back to make it an overall -1. Left fielder arm is a +1, so that makes it everything a 0. And Jimmy Ray Hart runs at a 3. So a 3 or less, and he will make it to third base. It's a 2. He does make it to third base. So Jimmy Ray Hart able to sneak over to third base on that base hit. McCovey has no attempt, so he will stay put. Runners at the corners, 2 down for Bobby Bonds. Nothing on the strategy roll. Here's Bonds. Singer, 5-5. Strikeout chance, 16 is too much. He's only a 14. Stadium doesn't do anything. Bonds gets to swing. 3-1, and against a right-hander, he's going to ground it to short. So you see in row 1, he just pummels lefty pitching, but against the righty, he's got 3 out spots there, plus 2 more out spots here. So he must have really had a much better average against lefties than he did righties. In this case, the 3-1 is a ground ball to short, and the inning is over. So a little bit of trouble for Singer, but he was able to get through it. We go to the second with no score. Because again, Dodgers running out of days and games to play, so they can't afford to lose when they get a chance to make up ground. They got to take advantage. Wes Parker, 2-1. Parker is a switch hitter batting left, which means that is a strikeout plus, so Parker is out of there. 1 down, and that brings up Willie Crawford, right fielder. 3-2, and that's a potential walk. And with a 5 there, that will definitely take care of that for a 1-out walk. So Willie Crawford does have an attempt of 2. See if he can get a jump. He does not. That brings up Lynn Gabrielsen, left fielder. Marichal, 2-5 is a walk chance. 10 is too high. Well, no, it's not, because he's a 7, but the stadium adds 3, makes him a 10, so that will be a walk. So how about that? Extra +3 on the walk from Candlestick. Don't know how those are figured out. I just play it. I don't know how they determine what gets a plus and what gets a minus. Maybe the Giant pitchers had a lot of walks, or maybe there were a lot of walks that occurred when games were played at Candlestick. I don't know the formula, so all I can do is just go by what's on the card. All right, so we'll roll strategy for Marichal. And there's nothing going on. Jim Lefevre, third baseman. 5-5 is a blank on Marichal. We go to Lefevre. He gets to swing. 1-4. Ground ball to third. Could be a double play. Now with runners at first and second, a couple of checks need to be made. First of all, I have to find out what kind of ground ball it went to third. Was it in the hole or toward the line? And according to this, with a 2, it's towards the line, so he would have to go 5-3 for a double play. So let's check out the double play rating. He's a 2. They were halfway, makes him a 3, but -1 from Marichal makes it a 2. The pivot hunt is a 0. So a 1 or a 2, it's a double play. It's a 1. He got it. It's going to be 5 unassisted with the lead runner trying to go to third. 5 unassisted, 5-3 double play, and that ends the inning. So nice play there by Tito Fuentes, and the Giants get the twin killing to get out of the inning. Go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Ken Henderson, the right fielder, for the Giants. 2-6. That's a home run. He's a switch hitter. He's batting left, so that's a straight-up home run. Lefty. I'm sorry, we don't even have to check that. It's a straight-up home run. Go straight over here. That's a 12, but he only can homer on a 7, so that 12 was out of range. But he does get to swing. He's not out. He does get to swing. Henderson, 2-6. Star 2. Now he's out to fly to center. So 1 down. So Singer avoids catastrophe there. Here's Jack Hyatt, the catcher. 4-3, and that's a range play at Candlestick. 2-4. 2-4 is a ground ball to second, so we got the range of the second baseman, Sizemore. He's a 3. 1-3, he makes the play. 4, 5, or 6, it's going to go through for a base hit. That's a 4. Jack Hyatt sneaks it through. Base hit, 1-out single. He has no attempt rating. But we'll roll strategy because it's a pickoff opportunity. But there's no 20 there, so no pickoff. Here's Hal Lanier. Singer, 5-6. Strikeout chance, 12 is too much. Lanier gets to swing. 1-2, and he singles to right field. Will it put runners on the corners? Hyatt, his run rating is only a 2, but to go from first to third, you add 2 to the base running rating. It makes him a 4. Right fielder arm is Crawford. That's a +1, makes it a 5. So 1-5, and Hyatt will make it to third base. He does, barely. It's a 5, but Hyatt gets there. Puts runners at the corners with only 1 out, and here's Juan Marichal. And you wonder if they're going to try to bunt here. They could bunt just to move the runner up from first to second. How do you want to play this? Well, actually the Dodgers are going to play the infield in all the way, and Marichal is going to swing. But first of all, we'll check for pickoff. Nothing happening. Singer could use a strikeout. 4-3, he won't get it. It's a range play at the ballpark. So we're going to Candlestick for a range play. And if it's an infield range play, they'd lose 2 on their range. 4-3, ground ball to first. And again, you're going to lose 2 on your range. Parker's a 4. He drops to a 2 because they were in all the way around. So he's going to only be a 2 here. And he can't get it. So that's going to be a base hit. Turns into a failed range play on a, let's see, it was a G3, so it's a failed G3. So let's see if it's a potential double. It is not, it's just a single. So it turns into an S3. Base hit by Marichal over the drawn-in infield. Jack Hyatt will score. Giants lead 1-0. Can Hal Lanier get to third? On an S3, you got to have only a 2 or better. Lanier runs at a 3, so he will get to third base. So right back where we started from, runners on the corners, 1 out. And how they want to play it now. With Fuentes, they're still going to play the infield in. Nothing on the strat roll. Singer needs a strikeout or a pop-up. 4-4, possible error. Here's Fuentes. 2-3, fly to center, possible error. Center fielder Willie Davis is a 5. That's an 8, so there's no error, but it could be a sac fly. He's got a sac fly rating of 1. That's fails, but there still could be a sac fly because Hal Lanier runs at a 3. Center fielder arm. Willie Davis is a -1, makes it a 2. So a 1 or a 2, and he will score on the sac fly. He does not. He has to hold. So it was not deep enough. Tito Fuentes could not drive it deep enough. Runners had to hold. Keeps runners at the corners with 2 down now for Ron Hunt. And now the Dodger infield can go back to normal. Singer trying to get out of this with just 1 run and try to limit that damage. Singer to Hunt. 2-3, strikeout chance, and he got him. So Singer pitches out of that mess, only allowing the 1 run, so it keeps him in the game. Giants get 1, could have been worse. We go to the 3rd, 1-0 San Francisco. But the way Juan Marichal can pitch 1 run just might be enough. Here's Tom Haller, catcher. 4-1, that's a walk chance against a left-handed batter. That's a 15, and walks at a 9, plus the 3 is only a 12, so not enough to walk. But he will get the swing. 2-2, not going to do him any good. It's a star 5, fly to left. And there's 1 away for the pitcher, Bill Singer. A not so good hitter at 102 average. Marichal, 2-3, strikeout. He got him. 2 down. Back to the top of the order for Maury Wills. 3-3. Ballpark card. We're going to Candlestick for Maury Wills. Wills doesn't have a whole lot of power, though, if he gets a home run chance. 6-6. Nope, it's going to ground it short, and that's going to be the end of it. As Maury Wills takes care of, as Hal Lanier takes care of Maury Wills, and the inning's over. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd, still 1-0, and Jimmy Ray Hart will lead things off for the Giants. And we get a 1-6, which is a strikeout chance. That's a 3, and he's out of there. Jimmy Ray Hart out on strikes. That will send up stretch Willie McCovey. 5-6 strikeout chance, but that's too high. McCovey, 2-2, flies to right. That's out number 2. And that's going to take us to Bobby Bonds. As they used to say, he's in scoring position at the plate. 6-4. 6-4 is a potential walk, and he will draw the base on ball. It's a 2-out walk to Bonds, and he's definitely looking to see if he can run. He's got an attempt of a 5, -1's a 4 to get the jump. Cannot. It would be a hit and run, but Henderson strikes out a lot. I think with 2 outs, they're just going to go ahead and play it straight. Play it straight up. 6-4, walk chance, 8, be another walk. So even if they did a hit and run, it would have been another walk anyway. Puts runners at 1st and 2nd now with 2 down. Bonds now, attempt drops to a 2 because you cut it in half, but then the -1 drops him to a 1. So most likely not going to get a chance to steal 3rd, and he's not. So Hyatt will swing. Singer trying to get out of this. 2-4, strikeout chance, 13, will do it. So he strikes out Hyatt to get out of it, and again, Bill Singer dancing through the tulips and is able to get through it without any run scoring. So we go to the 4th, it's still 1-0 Giants. And again, another nip and tuck 1969 game here in inside pitch. Of course, the last game with the Cardinals and Cubs got kind of out of hand in the last couple of innings. The first 6 were very much nip and tuck. Here's Sizemore. 1-4, range play. Range play for Sizemore's card. 1-5, ground ball to 2nd, range of Ron Hunt, he's a 3. Let's see if that dog will hunt on a ground ball, 1-3. And he gets it. Ron Hunt makes the play. 1 second baseman throwing out the other. 1 down, and that brings up Willie Davis, the center fielder. 3-2, and that's a walk chance. 13 is way too high for that, but Davis gets to swing. 2-2. 2-2 is a ground ball to 1st. Easy play for McCovey. Steps on the bag, 2 down for Wes Parker. 3-4 is a range play. Go to Parker's card for that range check. 1-4, star 2, that's a fly to center, so the range of the center fielder Bobby Bonds is a 4. 1-4, and he will corral it. And he does, so Bobby Bonds catches up to it, ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 1-0, favor of the Giants. And Hal Lanier will lead off against Bill Singer. It'll be Lanier, Marichal, and Fuentes. 1-3, strikeout chance, 5 got him, 1 down. Then I'll bring up Marichal. 6-6. Against a lefty, it's an automatic out. Against a righty, it's a blank. So Marichal gets a swing on the house. 1-3, question mark 8, 1-15 is a hit. That's an 18, so it's out of range. It's going to be a deep fly to center. And Willie Davis tracks it down for out number 2. Tito Fuentes. Singer, 2-3 is a strikeout chance. He strikes out on 11. That's a 9. He's gone. Fuentes out on strikes to end the inning. And we go to the 5th. Still 1-0. Very much, Dodgers still very much in this game. Singer trying to keep them that way. But they got to try to solve Juan Marichal. And that is not an easy task. Here's Crawford. He did walk his first time up, but got erased on a double play. 6-4, there was a strikeout chance. So this time, he sits down and grabs some bench, as one of those announcers used to say. Lynn Gabrielsen. 5-4. Possible error on a ground ball. Go to Gabrielsen. 5-6. That's a single to center. That's a 7. Davis is only a 5. So there's no I'm sorry, center fielder is Bonds. He is a 7. So that will be an error. That according to the rules, on a single error on a grounder, a single to the outfield, you do check it. So it is a boots the ball, and it is odd, so I think that keeps it in play. Now the question is, can he get to third base? We know he gets to second base because the single puts him at first. The error puts him to second. Can he get to third? That's the question. And the run rating is a 3. Let's see if he can get there. He can. So Gabrielsen's going to go all the way to third because of that error. It's a 2-base error on Bonds. That's the way I'm reading it. On hit error with 1 extra base advancement, if G, then everyone gets only 1 base. Let's see. No, that's that one. Let's see. Roll 1d6 versus AB. Advances 2 bases. Yep. So it was greater than, so he gets a 2-base advancement on top of the hit. So that puts him on third base with 1 out, and that's big because now he can score on a sac fly, or if they play the infield deep, he can score on a ground ball. But the infield is in for Jim Lefevre. Marichal, nothing on the strategy roll. Infield is in for Lefevre. 1-4 is a range play, so if the infield being in, if there's an infield range check, they lose 2 on their range. Lefevre, 3-5. 3-5 is a question mark 7. That's an 11 against a right-hander. That would be a double, but it's a range check on the left fielder. It's a range check on the left fielder of the Giants, and that is Jimmy Ray Hart. He's only a 2, so he has to have a 1 or a 2 to stop this. He cannot, so it's a failed range check. It will be a double for Lefevre, and we got a tie game at a run apiece. So Jim Lefevre doubles to tie the game, 1-1. And Marichal now has to regroup. Nothing on the strat roll. Not doing any bunting. 3-5, and that's a hit by pitch. Maybe Marichal got upset. 3 minus 2, though, is a 1, so nothing happening there. Tom Haller will get the swing. 5-3, star 6. Fly to right, that's out number 2. The question is, can Lefevre make it to third? He runs at a 3, the right fielder arm. Henderson's a -2, drops into a 1. See if he can make it with a 1. He cannot. He's got to hold at second base. So Haller will fly to right, and the runner has to hold with 2 down for the pitcher, Bill Singer. Nothing on the strat. Marichal to Singer. 6-5 is the ballpark card. Singer gets a break, not off his own card, but off of the candlestick card. 3-5, though, is going to be a ground ball to first, and that'll end the inning as McCovey makes the play. But the Dodgers break through and tie the game on that double by Jim Lefevre, as the left fielder, Jimmy Ray Hart, was not able to get to it on a failed range play. Fell for a double. And we are tied at a run apiece as we go to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Ron Hunt to lead things off against Singer. 4-4. That's a possible error. Hunt 3-4. That's going to be a ground ball to first. That's a 17. Wes Parker's only a 4, so no problems there. He will flip to Singer covering, though, as he did kind of bobble it a little bit, so he couldn't beat the run to the bag. He had to flip to Singer. But the out's recorded. That's all that counts. And here's Jimmy Ray Hart. 5-4 is a range play. Go to Jimmy Ray Hart. 6-4. That's a single pass short, but Maury Wills is a 4. He could stop this range play if he gets a 4 or less. He does not. It's going to sneak through for a base hit. So base hit Jimmy Ray Hart. He has no attempt, but he is on with 1 out. Here's Stretch McCovey. Singer, nothing on the strat roll. Infield halfway. 4-5. We're going to the ballpark card. So going to Candlestick for McCovey. And if he gets a home run check, it's automatic because he's a 20. 3-1, though, is a star 5, which is a ground ball to third. Could be a double play. He's a double play rating of 2. They're playing halfway, makes it a 3. Singer loses 1, drops to a 2. The pivot is a 0. 1-2 for a double play. Nope, runner's going to advance. So McCovey is out. Count that 5-3, as Lefever's only play was to first base. Jimmy Ray Hart does advance to second, so he is in scoring position with 2 outs for Bobby Bonds. Now, do you pitch to Bonds or do you walk him and go after somebody else, namely Ken Henderson? Henderson's a pretty good hitter too, so actually he's not. He's only 225, but let's see. You know what? They're going to intentionally walk Bobby Bonds. They're not going to take any chances. Bonds with a lot of power and a 259 average versus somebody with less power and 225 average. Almost a no-brainer. So they walk Bonds intentionally and they'll pitch to Henderson. 20, let's see. Possible pickoff. 1-5 is a pickoff. To 10, everybody got back. So Singer to Henderson. 4-4. Possible error. Here's Henderson. That's a 19, so pretty good chance no error there. 1-3, but it will be a single pass short. Maury Wills will not make the error, but it will be an S6. And let's see if the run can score. Jimmy Ray Hart, he runs at a 3. And there's 2 outs. That makes it a 4. To score on S6, all you need is a 3, so he will score. Now, can Bonds get to third? You need a 5 to get to third. Bonds runs at a 5, plus there's 2 outs, makes him a 6. So he will get third as well. That'll put runners at the corners. And 2 down now, as the Giants have now taken a 2-1 lead. Henderson does have an attempt of 2, -1 there. And no jump, so he will stand pat. Here's Jack Hyatt. Infield is normal depth because there are 2 outs. Singer, 5-6, strikeout chance, and he got him. He needed a strikeout to get out of the inning. The Giants matched that run that they gave up in the top half, and they reclaimed their lead. It's 2-1 as we go to the 6th. 2-1 ball game. Marichal giving the lead right back to protect, and he's going to face the top of the order, Maury Wills. So Wills trying to get something started. Marichal, 2-5 is a walk chance. And he walks at a 10, but that +3 makes him a 13. So a leadoff walk to Maury Wills, and you know he's looking to get a jump. So Maury Wills has an attempt of 6 to get the jump. 9, he can't get it. So that is a 9. The 6 is on down here, so that is a 9. So no jump, no hit and run, none of that stuff. He's just going to stand pat. Infield is halfway. 1-2, strikeout chance, and he got Ted Sizemore. So 1 away. He would have been a good hit and run man, you would think, with something that low, but he would have struck out. So can't always go by that. Here's Willie Davis. Nothing on the strat. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. There is something on the strat. Maury Wills is a 6, so he will get a chance to steal. And let's see here. Stolen base rating. He's a 13. Nothing affecting there. And the catcher, Hyatt, is a -2. So that will make Maury Wills an 11. 1-11, he steals it. And he's out. They threw Maury Wills out. Caught stealing. Wow. A caught stealing as Jack Hyatt with that -2 arm rifled it down there, and Lanier put on the tag, and Wills is out of there. So maybe they wish they hadn't done that, but that's just the way it works. So now 2 outs and the bases are clear for Willie Davis, center fielder. 6-1, and against a left-handed hitter, that's an automatic out. See what the out is. It is a fly to right to end the inning. So nothing doing there for the Dodgers in the 6th. It looked promising, but that stolen base kind of put the kibosh on everything. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 2-1 in favor of the San Francisco Giants. And Hal Lanier will lead off, followed by Marichal and Fuentes. Singer, 1-6 strikeout chance. He got him. 1 down, and that brings up the pitcher, Juan Marichal. Might start making these individually because they're starting to clump together here. There's Marichal. 2-2 strikeout chance, and not going to get him. He's only a 12. So that 20 lets Marichal swing. 6-4, he flies to center. 2 down, and that brings us back to the top of the order in Tito Fuentes. 2-6. Fuentes, switch hitter, batting left, means that's an automatic home run check, but he's a 0 against right-handers, so no home run for Fuentes. But he will get the swing. 1-4, grounds it right back to Singer, and it's a very easy 6th inning for Bill Singer. We go to the 7th, still 2-1 Giants. As we get to the final third of the ball game, things start to tighten up just a little bit. And Wes Parker will lead things off for the for the Dodgers. Heart of their order, 4, 5, and 6. They need to get something done. They're going to get to Marichal. 2-5 is a walk chance, and that's a 1, so he will draw the leadoff walk. So that's what they want, leadoff man on. His attempt is a 1, Wes Parker, so see if he can get a jump. He cannot. He will stay in pat. And Willie Crawford, the batter, infield is halfway. 4-1, and that's a potential walk versus a lefty. That's a 9. He walks at a 14, plus the 3 is a 17. So back-to-back base on balls. And Marichal starting to lose the strike zone a bit. Dodgers have 2 on with nobody out. And Lynn Gabrielsen, the batter. Gabrielsen's a decent bunter, but he's a pretty good average hitter as well. So I think they're going to let him swing away. Nothing on the strat. Infield is halfway. 5-4, and that's a possible error on a ground ball. Gabrielsen, 2-2. Grounded to first, that's a 12. First baseman McCovey is only an 8, so no error. And he's got a chance for a double play. He's a 2. They were halfway, makes him a 3, but that's a -1, drops it to a 2. The pivot is Lanier. He's a 0. 1-2 for a double play. And he got him. 3-6-3. They turn it. Big play there by McCovey and Lanier as they pull off the often difficult 3-6-3 double play for 2 outs. Wes Parker does go to third, but now it's up to Jim Lefevre to get it done. Now, he did have an RBI double his last time up. You could walk him and pitch to Haller, but Haller's got a better average, so I think they're going to stick with Lefevre. Nothing on the strat roll. Marichal, 3-2. That's a potential walk, and he will draw the base on ball. So it was not intentional, but he ends up walking, and that puts runners at the corners. Lefevre does have an attempt of 1, so before I move his card, see if anything is happening. It is not. So it's up to Tom Haller. Runners at the corners and 2 down. Infield normal. 2-4 strikeout plus versus a left-handed hitter, which he is. So that 9 plus the 10 is a 19. 16 fits. And Haller goes down on strikes. The Dodgers miss a golden opportunity. 2 on, nobody out, and they cannot score. Probably should have bunted. If we look at Monday morning quarterbacking, probably should have bunted with Gabrielsen instead of hitting into that double play. But hey, he could have bunted into a double play. You never know. It's always 20-20, as they say. Here's Ron Hunt and Singer. 1-1, strikeout chance, and Singer gets him. 1 down. That is batter number 29 faced by Singer. He can face 31. He is set to lead off the 8th inning, so they want to get Singer through this inning. and then pinch hit for him. 5-1 strikeout chance, and he got him again. So back-to-back strikeouts. And here's McCovey. He is batter number 31. So after McCovey, he would be tired. 5-1 strikeout chance. Could not strike out McCovey. McCovey gets the swing. 5-4, and he flies to left field to end the inning. But that's going to be all for Singer. He's going to go 7 and give up the 2 runs. But he will be removed for a pinch hitter to start the 8th inning as they're down 2-1 and they need offense. Marichal can face 31 batters. So far, he's faced 26. So he's definitely good to go. So we'll look at the bench of the Dodgers and see who they have available to pinch hit. And I think they're going to go with the best they have, whether it's lefty or righty or whatever. They're going to go with the best they have, which is Manny Moda. Even though he's right-handed, they don't care. He's the best hitter they have. So Manny Moda, kind of a pinch hitting extraordinaire, at least in the 70s. Now back in the 60s, he was still pretty much a lot of times an everyday player. But Moda hitting .321, so he will be the pinch hitter for Bill Singer, and then we'll look at the bullpen. Probably Joe Moeller will be coming in from the bullpen for the Dodgers. We'll see. Marichal, 6'5". 6'5" is a ballpark card, so Manny Moda gets to go to Candlestick Park. He doesn't have any home run power, though, so if he gets a home run check, he's going to be out. 1-6, it's a blank. We're going to the rare play chart. How about that? Rare play, bases empty. Rare play, bases empty with a 26. Third baseman goes on the hold to make the play and hurts himself on the play. Resolve play is a range play. Check for injury. I'm not doing injuries, but it is a range check on Jimmy Ray Hart. I'm sorry, on Fuentes. Fuentes is the third baseman. So it's a range check on Fuentes. He is a 3. And he can't get it. Is it going to be a double? No, just a single. Leadoff single for the pinch hitter Manny Moda. He snuck it by Fuentes. Now Moda's got an attempt of 2. That's a 1, so Manny Moda has a chance to steal. He starts as a 9. Nothing there. High, it's a -2, so I think it's a 7. They're not going to send him. They are going to keep Moda at first base. And that'll bring up Maury Wills. Maury Wills looking to swing. Marichal, 1-2, strikeout chance, 17 is too much. Wills does get the swing. 1-1, ground ball to third, could be a double play. His double play rating, though, is only a 1. Minus the 1 here makes it a 0. Halfway makes it back to a 1. The pivot on the ground ball to third, second base pivot rating is a 0. So this is only a 1 is the only chance they have to get a double play. 3 won't cut it. Let's see, Moda runs at a 3, but he drops to a 2 because he was halfway. So it will be a fielder's choice, 5-4. But Maury Wills is now the runner at first, so he gets a chance to get a jump and see if he can steal. Got caught last time. But he's going to try again. He got the jump. So 13 minus the 2 is an 11. 1-11 for Maury Wills. And he's caught again. Wow. They tried it again. I mean, you had a better than 50-50 chance, but just did not work in their favor. And Wills is out of there. 2 down for Ted Sizemore. Bases are now cleared. Marichal, 5-5 is a blank. We go to Sizemore. 6-5, fly to right, innings over. So it looked promising for the Dodgers, but they just couldn't get it done. Second time Maury Wills got caught stealing. How many times does that happen? And Marichal pitches out of it. So now we go to the bullpen for the Dodgers, and it'll be the right-hander, Joe Moeller, 1-0 with a 3.35 ERA and 1 save on the 69 season. And he'll be facing right-handed hitting Bobby Bonds to start off, followed by switch hitter Henderson and a right-hander Hyatt. So 2 righties and a switch means you bring on the right-hander. So here's Bonds. Moeller, 1-1's blank. We go to Bonds. 4-5, that's a fly to left field, 1 away. 1 down for the switch hitting Ken Henderson, who does a little bit better against lefties, so that's probably a good thing that the righty's in there. Moeller, 2-2, possible error on a ground ball. See what Henderson does if it is a ground ball or not. But the white die didn't go through. That was a suicidice, so we'll try again. 3-2, single Single to third base, possibly, but it also is an error check. 12, the third baseman is Lefebvre. He's only a 3, so there's no error involved. But there is a chance for a double play, and Moeller does have a +2 double play rating. He's a 2, they're halfway, makes him a 3, plus the 2 makes him a 5, and the pivot at second base, Sizemore, is a 0. So unless this is a 6, it will be a double. I'm sorry, it's not a double play, it's a single. What am I talking about? I was checking the error. I was thinking of something else. It was a single, not a ground out. Plus, there's nobody on base. I don't know why I was thinking that, but it's a base hit for Henderson. Make sure I get that correct, because the original roll was a single chance to third base, that 3-2. So the error check failed, no error, but it is going to be a base hit. Henderson, I'll get it straight in a minute. Henderson will get the chance to see if he can steal. He's a 2. That's a 3. It's a hit and run chance for Jack Hyatt if they want to go there, but Hyatt, a high strikeout total, so no hit and run. They'll just let him swing away. Moeller, 4-2. That's a range play, so the infield's going to be -1 if there's a ground ball to the infield. Hyatt, 5-1, ground ball to short, so we're going to take 1 away. Makes Maury Wills a 3. So a 3 or less to get to this. He cannot do it. It's a base hit. That's another failed range play for Maury Wills. So it turns into an S6. See what the runner can do. Henderson, to get to third, has to have a 5 for base running rating. He's a 4, but there are not 2 outs, so he cannot get there. He has to stop at second base. So runners are at first and second with 1 out for Hal Lanier. And Moeller in trouble. Strat roll, nothing happening. Infield is, of course, at double play depth again. Moeller, 4-5. Blank. We go to Hal Lanier's card. 1-3. Ground ball to first. Could be the double play they're looking for. He's a 2. Plus the 2 there makes it a 4. They're halfway, makes it a 5. So 1-5, it's a double play. And they turn it 3-6-3. Just like the Giants turned on them, the Dodgers turned the table. And Parker, Wills and Parker take that 3-6-3 double play to end the inning. And we go to the 9th. Last chance for the Dodgers against Juan Marichal. Now, Marichal has faced 29 batters. He can face 31. So he is not going to be tired to start out. They do have their closer, Frank Lindsay, in the bullpen. He does have 11 saves, so he is loosening and ready to go if needed. Willie Davis is the leadoff man. There are a lot of lefties coming up for the Dodgers. Let's see if there's a lefty in the pen for the Giants that might change their mind. Not really. I think they're going to go with their best guy, Lindsay. But first things first, Willie Davis is stepping up against Marichal. 3-5, and that is a hit by pitch chance, but he's a -2 with that 5, makes it a 3. That's a 5. So the -2 from Marichal saved him from a hit by pitch, because those 5s would have been a hit by pitch, but the -2 prevented that. But Willie Davis does get to swing. He's 0 for 3. 4-6, he's now 0 for 4 on a ground ball to first. So 1 down, and Dodgers are 2 outs away from dropping to 3.5 back and losing a critical game to the Giants. Team they're trying to catch. Can't lose those head-to-head. That's a 2-game swing. Instead of being a 1.5 back with a win, you're 3.5 back with a loss. Here's Parker, 3-5, and that's another hit by pitch chance, but again, too high for that. We'll go to Parker. So Marshall's pitching inside still, but not hitting the batters. 3-3, ground ball to second, 2 down, and that was batter 31. So now he is officially tired, facing Willie Crawford. So if he hits the tire checks or fatigue checks, he will be susceptible to that. Crawford, 0 for 1. He's walked twice and struck out. Has not gotten bat on ball just yet. Marichal, 4-5. Double question mark against a lefty. 1-4 is an automatic out. That's a 17, so Crawford gets to swing on the house. 3-4. That's a ground ball right back to the pitcher Marichal to end the ball game. So Juan Marichal does it, and the Giants defeat the Dodgers 2-1. Nip and tuck all the way. They won the real game 5-4. This game was 2-1, and Juan Marichal, star of the game, as the Giants get the victory, puts a damper on the playoff aspirations of the Dodgers. Of course, they're not out of it yet. They're not mathematically out of it, but certainly when you're trying to catch a team, you want to take advantage and actually beat the team you're trying to catch. But now they may have to rely on help. So Giants win it 2-1. And now we'll be ready for the ticker to see what the rest of the league was able to do today. So let's go to that ticker. Get our fast action cards all ready to go. And the ticker all ready to go. Move this out of the way. And bring in the ticker. So the first game on the ticker is going to be well, first we'll write in the 2-1 victory. Atlanta and San Diego. Atlanta with the victory by the Giants. Now Atlanta currently stands 6 games back. If they lose, they'll be 6.5. If they lose this game to San Diego, I'm going to have to take them off of the, probably take them off of the pennant chase, which means this Atlanta-Houston game here would be rescheduled. I'll play somebody else. I'll play LA and Cincinnati or St. Louis and New York. Probably LA and Cincinnati because St. Louis and New York's the next game right here. So it'll probably be LA and Cincinnati, the fight for second place if Atlanta loses this first game. Or this game to the Giants, to the Padres and falls 6.5 back. Probably more than they can catch up at that point. So we cut them, ready to go. Atlanta needs a 3-8 to beat San Diego. They get a 6, so they do get the win and stand tough. 3-2, and they stay 5.5 back. They go to 82-71. Giants are 87-65 for the Giants. Now, next game is Cincinnati and Houston. Cincinnati with a win can jump the Dodgers into second place. A loss, they fall back into a tie at 3.5 back. 3-7. That's a 7, so they win it. So Cincinnati now has taken over second place all to themselves. So I'll write this in as an updated standings. So let's see, San Fran, 7-65. Cincinnati is 4-67, 2.5 back. Pardon me while I get this little bit of a logistics out of the way. 83-68 and 82-71, 5.5. But I want to get this up to date. Okay, so that is the new standings, or these are the new standings in the NL West. With the victory, San Francisco gains a game on the Dodgers. Dodgers dropped to 3.5 back. Atlanta and Cincinnati both won, so they stay the 2.5 and 5.5 back from the previous standings, which were here. So Cincinnati has jumped LA. Now Chicago, a game ahead of the Mets because of the extra wins. Let's see what happens here. Pittsburgh plays the Mets, first of all, and Pittsburgh needs a 2-6 or an 11 to get the win. That's a 5, so they will get the win. It's 6-4 victory over the Mets. So the Mets lose a tough one. They're now 90-62 are the Mets. And let's see what the Cubs do against the Cardinals. Cardinals need a 2-6 or an 11 to get the win over the Cubs. And they get it, 5-0. So nothing happens there on the NL East. They will stay the same. Chicago will maintain that 1-game lead. They are now 92-62. Mets are 90-62. Still that 1 game back as they both lose ground. And let's take a look now at the updated standings up to the minute. You can see the Giants lead the Reds by 2.5, LA by 3.5, Atlanta by 5.5, and the Cubs with that 1-game lead on the Mets due to the extra games played. So the next game on the schedule, speaking of the Mets, is going to be the Mets against the Pirates. They have a doubleheader against the Pirates. We're going to play game 1, which will be Doc Ellis against Jerry Koosman. So Mets need a big play here. They play 2 games against the Pirates while the Cubs play 1 game against St. Louis. and this will be a September 21st game. So these are the standings through September the 20th. So through September 20th, that's where we stand. Let's see, for the Cubs and the Mets, let's see here, 152. So the Mets have 10 games left, the Cubs have 8 games left. So that's what they have here. Let's see, Reds have 11 games left, and the Giants have 10 games left. I'm sorry, they only have 9 games left, is that right? That's 152. No, they have 10 games left, 152, where they've played 151. So they have 11 games, they have 10 games. But they're 2 back in the loss column. That's the one you want to keep track of, is the loss column. So Cincinnati didn't get any help from LA. Dodgers couldn't do it. Juan Marichal too tough, and the Giants get the victory. So next game will be from Shea Stadium, the Pirates against the Mets, Doc Ellis against Jerry Koosman. So I hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch 1969 Pennant Chase National League style. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.